Switch review. The Switch has been out for a whole year now, which I actually find pretty insane because it feels like just yesterday I went and live streamed me picking it up and buying it at EB Games in Canada. I don't know what to expect when I get in there. Is there gonna be no one? Am I gonna be the only sorry sack that rocked up an hour early? Guys, it's really warm in here. I'm about to pass out.
That's sad though. I feel bad. I wish Nintendo put out more.
Have a nice day.
They would.
Hey.
Love your channel.
Thank you. How are you?
Beat 'em ups all the time.
What's your name?
Zane.
Nice to meet you, Zane. I
well.
appreciate it.
Enjoy your Switch, man.
I am. I'm gonna run home now. And again, it feels like just yesterday I took that thing home and unboxed it and set it up, and it was definitely a magical experience. That actually is. Oh, okay. Can I? That's not even funny. It's Nintendo. I love buying Nintendo things, and I haven't always had the money to buy Nintendo systems on launch. The Wii U was the first time I actually did that. I liked it, but I wasn't super stoked to play that on day one. I had Zombie U. I was kind of just looking forward to checking out the system, but I came home with a Switch with a brand new Zelda game, and I gotta tell you, that was about the best week of my life. Finishing and playing through that game and just being so blown away by not only the game, not only Breath of the Wild, but also this system, the Switch, which had me completely mesmerized. I was excited for this thing. I loved the concept. I was a little skeptical going into it, but feeling the quality on that day one, picking up that system and playing it, and having that practicality of, I was taking it on the train. In Vancouver, where I lived, I was about an hour away from work, and I had to train every day, and that first week I had the system, I was taking my brand new Breath of the Wild game on the train to work and still playing it, and then playing it in the break room at work. It was revolutionary for me, and throughout the last year with how much I've moved and I've traveled, that Switch has come so in handy. For road trips or for when I'm moving house and the entire house is packed up and I have everything in boxes, but I have my Switch with these little carts that I keep in the case, and I can just play and play and play the night away without having to use a TV. And that was a year ago already. I have to say, this first year panned out way better than I expected for so many reasons. I've kept you guys updated every step along the way, with the sales surpassing the Wii and surpassing a lot of figures that we didn't expect it to pass. A commercial success and big time. That was really exciting. Not to mention all the games we got. I was consistently blown away with the awesome quality games we were getting. And then there were some titles that just was very, very unfortunate. I bought a game that I know is going to suck. I essentially just wasted $45 just so you guys don't go out and buy this if it sucks. I'm trying to save you guys money now. If that doesn't deserve a like, comment, and subscribe, I don't know what does. But it wasn't that many, and it was always outweighed by the next awesome title that was on the way, be it a third-party port or a first-party Nintendo game. But for some reason that I'm going to try and explain to you today, I love and am so addicted to Dragon Quest Builders. Hi, it's me, and I know that's me, and it's all in a video that I'm already in, so I'm like 3 layers deep in a wood right now. That sounded weird. I just wanted to say, since I made this video right here, tons of you have been messaging me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, and telling me that you're addicted to Dragon Quest Builders as well. Well, tell me about it, and I apologize. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's a really fun game, and there's a sequel coming to the Switch, so we're all screwed. But anyway, back to the video. Now, when I knew this 1 year was coming up, I really wanted to take a look at the system and go into all the nitty-gritty little details and put it under a microscope and study every single little bit of the last year. But I already know a lot of people, like my friend RGT85, has already done that. He's already shot his video and it's going up in the morning, or today when you're watching this.
The Nintendo Switch is officially 1 year old today, and it's been a storm of good things, a storm of bad things, a storm of weather things.
Weather things? That didn't really make sense. That's the kind of joke you can expect from RGT85. Jokes here on beat 'em ups, they never fall flat. Just like... And I'm sure so many other people will be doing the same thing, and probably doing it a lot better than stupid old me can do it. So I am completely winging this entire video, which is something that I barely do that often. But I just want to talk about some of my personal highlights of the last year, things I really liked, things I was disappointed in, and some of the things I'm excited for moving forward. It's not going to be that in-depth, it's just going to be a beat 'em ups video. I mean, you know what to expect at this point.
I love you.
Look, honey. You know, maybe I did get carried away.
Just a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay, so I touched on Breath of the Wild and how I felt about that. I don't have to gush about Zelda any more than I already do. Mario Odyssey was the next big title that a lot of us had to wait what felt like a long year, but in reality was about 8-9 months. And that was really exciting. Going to GameStop and lining up for that game at midnight to pick it up as soon as I could, it felt the same as when I went to get the Switch.
The first one in the States to get my copy. I waited 10 days in line. Just kidding. All right, bye, thanks.
I brought that game home and started playing that game immediately with my fiance Kim watching me, and we both had a great time with that game. We loved it. As soon as I started throwing that hat around and becoming other things, I was sold on that game, and I had so much fun with it. Not Zelda amounts of fun, but a heck of a lot of fun. There are days when I would like to throw this hat and just become something or someone else. Ah! No, 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 oh, yuck. What's going on?
Whoa, this is freaky! Like Freaky Friday right now!
Wood, are you inside me right now? Gross, dude!
You wanna talk about gross? How long have you had to take a crap? My stomach feels like ground beef right now.
But there was a big gap between those two games, Zelda and Mario, and between that, we had a ton of great titles being released. Like Mario and Rabbids, another game that my fiance really liked and even finished it on her own, and now we're trying to collect all the figures that are down here in a case because the figures are actually really awesome quality. But we loved that game, I loved that game, I loved XCOM, I played that to death on the Xbox 360, and I was always looking out for games like that, but never saw anything that I really wanted to dive into. So when you gave that game to me in a Mario universe, provided by Ubisoft, and I actually do like Ubisoft a lot. They have supported Nintendo over the years, I admire them for that, and that game shocked me with how great it was. I love that game. Where's my Mario and Rabbids? Well, I wanted to review Mario and Rabbids for the Nintendo Switch, but if I can't find it out here, I guess I won't be able to. Find a rabbit, that was a good idea. Find a rabbit. And Billy's not gonna help me because he left and the sun's setting. Perfect. Like I'm gonna find it out here. And I was actually sad to find out it's not in the top 5 selling Switch games. In fact, ARMS has sold more than that game, which I get because that's a first-party Nintendo IP, but I gotta tell you, that game, way better than ARMS. ARMS was somewhat disappointing. When ARMS first came out, I was really into it. It was a new competitive Nintendo game that had a really fun aspect about it. I actually liked using the Joy-Cons to throw some punches, and I even made a video talking about how, depending on who you are, it's a good game, and I recommend going and picking it up and trying it out. But that game got old really fast. And I'm talking within 2 weeks, I haven't touched it again. There was one time I went to a party recently and 8-Bit Eric was there and we played it together for about 20 minutes and then we kind of went, yeah, this game kind of sucks.
Got some arm bands. Adequate.
Thank you. So I finally picked up my copy of ARMS and I'm excited to get home and find out if this game is actually worth it. So let's go.
You know you're a real Canadian when you shop in the real Canadian superstore getting dinner.
Have you heard of the Nintendo Switch?
I don't have any Nintendo.
No, Nintendo Switch. Have you ever heard of the Nintendo Switch? No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what's that.
That's okay. No, that's fine. I'm fine. I was just trying to make conversation. Have you heard of the Nintendo Switch?
Proceed to register 11.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch.
That guy had no idea what a Nintendo Switch was.
Again, I didn't have much of a plan for this video, but it's turning into me talking about a lot of the games that I love. So let's go down some of the games that I actually have here. We obviously got ports. We know that, and there's way more ports coming. And I have said a bunch of times, I love the ports. Bring me the ports. Barely anyone had a Wii U, so take all those great games that deserve to be played, bring them to the Switch. Bring anything you can. Anything that's... They're empty anyway. I keep all my games in my Switch case, it's fine. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 actually sold pretty well on the Switch from what I heard, and I was really happy about that because it is a pretty great game that I'm never gonna touch again now that I have Dragon Ball FighterZ, but hey. Games like Sim Mora X, and somewhere in here I have a game called It'll Do, and games like that, just games that I didn't expect to get a physical release, but they come out at about 30 bucks, and I'm so happy to add them to my collection. I've had a lot of fun Resident Evil Revelations. I still think it's the best online co-op game on the Switch. I spent hours on Splatoon 2, and I really need to get back into it because I haven't played it in the longest time.
This time, boys, we're going to war. And we're taking no prisoners. If you don't with my dinosaur.
Current gen games like Doom that are on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One that we didn't expect to see come to the Switch, on the Switch, and granted running at 30 frames and not 60 and 720 and not 1080, but running really well and looking amazing. I never thought games like that and Skyrim could be on the Switch, let alone actually look pretty fantastic both in docked and handheld mode. I know there's a running joke about Skyrim being on every system, but holy moly if it isn't amazing on the Switch.
For days, I have been traveling out here in the wilderness. If I don't find food, sustenance, soon, I shall surely perish. Wait! Is that food I see?
Welcome to Sonic, and how may I help you?
Yeah, I'll get a cheeseburger and a Sprite, please.
Yeah, sure. Would you like a shot with that?
As you guys have seen on my channel recently, a fan sent me Fire Emblem Warriors, which I haven't had a chance to check out yet, and we have the Hyrule Warriors port coming to the Switch. Bayonetta 2 just released recently. I made a video about that already, and I absolutely love it, with Bayonetta 3 on the way as well, and I'm so excited for that. Kirby comes out really soon, this month actually. Yoshi is around the corner. We have a Fire Emblem game coming, a Pokemon RPG coming. Metroid 4 is obviously on the way, as I talked about a bunch of times, and those are the big ones that we know about, if I'm not forgetting anything. I also have a video I'm working on right now for 30 upcoming Nintendo Switch games that I didn't even know about until I started looking up games that are coming to the Switch in 2018. And that is before any kind of Nintendo Direct announcing what's actually happening this year, which I'm kind of expecting to see today, actually. I'd be surprised if they didn't put something out for the 1 year of the Switch. There was supposed to be something a couple weeks ago. There was rumors about that, and I talked about that, but it does make more sense for them to say something on the 1 year. And I think that's why we haven't heard anything yet. I think it's been too long since they've said anything. Talked about the online service, talked about Virtual Console, stuff like that that people have been asking questions about. Give us a release date for things like Metroid Prime maybe, but definitely Pokemon if it is supposed to be around the corner. I wouldn't be surprised if they were waiting until the birthday to come out and say, hey, it's been 1 year, hoped you liked that first year, here's what to expect now. And I really expect that now to be amazing and to blow the first year out of the water. I really don't want a disappointing second year. I'll take an equal second year, but with the success of the Switch and them seeing that throughout the first year, having no holds barred going into the second year and knowing this system is doing well, having developers seriously looking at it now and saying, hey, we need games on that thing. I think they just sort of announced or leaked that Diablo was coming to the Switch, which means the first Blizzard game on a Nintendo system in 15 years, because everyone is thinking to themselves right now, there is something happening over there with Nintendo and we need to play a part of it. So maybe Nintendo spent the first quarter of this year really compiling an awesome list for an awesome Direct and launching it today. And if it's not today, which again I'm really expecting to see, I expect it to see pretty soon, and either way, this next year, I think it's going to be balls to the wall, excuse the expression, and better than the first year. That's my prediction, and I really hope that's the case. I've always made videos about the things I care about, the things I love, the things I'm passionate about. At any stage of my YouTube career, that's all I've ever done. And when the Switch came out, I started making videos about that, and people loved it. People wanted more, wanting more and more and more. And initially, a lot of people were like, hey, what's with all the Switch videos? But then very quickly, it became, hey, stop making videos that aren't about the Switch. Whether you're here for the Switch stuff, the positivity, or you've been subscribed for the longest time and you're still watching, if you were in that first bit before Nintendo launched this system, whatever reason it is that you're here, I just want to thank you guys. And clearly there's going to be a lot more Switch-orientated content going into the future, but I also will keep doing the things that I love doing, the random stupidity and stuff like that. But I just want to thank you guys for the last year, for everything. It's been amazing. So thank you. This was my little celebratory 1 year video, my little happy birthday to the Switch, a little party. Yay! I didn't know what to do for it. I turned the camera on and this is what came out of my mouth, so